Good morning. I'm back with another floss tube, season 5, episode 15. Yeah, grab your drink, whatever it might be, minus coffee. Yeah. I was up last night. I couldn't sleep, and so I was reading, but I'm feeling it this morning. But it is what it is. So this should be a short video today because there is no haul. Oh, and my floss tube is where I talk about my cross stitching and other hobbies like reading, journaling, crochet if I ever pick it back up, and quilting if I ever pick it back up. But anyway, so this week should be short. I only worked on 3 whips. That's it. 3. One of them is finished, and one's a new start. So let's go to the my stained glass fairy, which is a Stitch is So Beautiful, and every month, well, not every month, but most months, she does a challenge. You work on her whips for so many stitches a week, and you get a free pattern and entered into a drawing. So this month I'm doing it, and I'm working on my stained glass fairy. So I did 500 stitches. Yeah, I finished the page over here almost and worked through here. So all the stained glass is coming through. So I'm finishing these pages, which, let's see, that is one page and that is another page. So I finished one of them. I'm loving how it's looking though. I'm doing this 2/1 tint, and yeah, I'm loving all the colors that's coming up, and I cannot wait to see more. So this is my regular. I'll be working on it again, and then my new start. I started for a few weeks back. I forget exactly when I finished it. I finished the winter of the year in the woods, which I put the fox, the swan, and the reindeer all on the same to make a bell pull. So I wanted to start the spring. And I was going to start with jackrabbit, but which is at the very top. But I decided no. I wanted to do a center start to be sure I have enough room, because you know how it is. We all miscalculate, which before I even started it, I measured and everything should be right. So I started the raccoon, which is of the spring. Up top will be the jackrabbit, and down below will be the ferret. But yeah, so I started the raccoon, and that's where I'm at. So I changed up the colors. This green is a DMC variegated 4045. Then this gray, I changed it to number 2 DMC. The pink is a Bee Stitch Me, I think. Is that the Bee Stitch Me? No, it's Bubblegum by Gentle Art. Yeah. Then, let's see. This gray is a Bee Stitch Me, and it's Space Rock by Bee Stitch Me. So yeah. Okay. Stop. Okay, there. And then I changed this one shade lighter to 611, I think it is. And then that's the called for, that's the called for. Yeah, I'm happy so far. I got as many of the colors as I could on there just to test them out, to make sure I like them. And now I'm going to start filling in. And I'm going to do a type of color completion. I'm doing this one here, 02, and the green. That way it'll be easier to anchor everything in. Once I run out of one of those two colors, then I will sub in another one, maybe the brown that's here, or maybe the pink. I don't know yet. But that's it. That's my new start. And I'm so excited. I really like how this color is turning out. It was very hard for me to stop last night. So, yeah. But this is my rainy day project because I want to get them done. But for like last month, there was 19 days of rain. So I needed to do 1,900 stitches. I am at, I think, 1,300 now. I think. Let's see. Yeah, 1385 actually. But so I'm going to keep going on this until I get to the 1,900. Or I might just go to 2,000. But today I'm going to work on it. And then I'm going to pick up, I think, Jelly World and get my 7,000 on it. So that's my new whip. Now for my finish. Lola Crow's Greenhouse of Oddities. Now, I hope that can be my screen grab. Yeah. So, doesn't she look awesome? I fell in love with this one. So it was very hard to put this down. I ended up doing 5,410 stitches on it. And I love how it turned out. This is Haunted by Bee Stitch Me, 18 count Ada. Yes, please. Love it. I was so happy. So now I'm down to 2 whips that are Lola Crow's. So I'm going to switch to another sow. And I don't know if I want to focus on Dark Queen of the Earth. I might focus on Dark Queen of the Earth. Yeah. I don't know. I do know for May, it's going to be all about the mermaids. It's going to be whips that are about the ocean or mermaids. So Jelly World counts. Water Garden, Chatelaine counts because it's a water garden. Then I'm going to take all my Nora Corbetts, all my fancy ladies, all my mermaids, and I'm going to work on them. I'm going to try to get 1,000 stitches on each and see how many I can go through. Then my focus will be on the letters, the mermaid letters. So, yeah. I've even got a sampler that I'm going to restart. And it's the Little Mermaid. And I'm so excited to work on that. I can't wait. I so cannot wait. But anyway, so for this week, I did 7,000 stitches, which is pretty good. It's a pretty good week for me. But I did not take a day off reading because I just couldn't put down the raccoon. Next month I will be working on the raccoon again. That's going to be the only exception to my mermaid, ocean themed. And this is horrible of me, but I didn't realize yesterday was Easter till later in the day, and Lisa was like, Dawn, you do realize it's Easter, right? And it's like, no, that's next weekend. She's like, no, it's this weekend. And it's like, oops. When you don't have the kids and the grandkids around you to celebrate, it's harder to remember those because I'm not celebrating them. Sorry. So sorry. But anyway, so that is it. For the next week, I plan on working on all my whips to make my goals. So, which I've got a lot of them. I need another 4,000 in Jolly World. Water garden, I need to finish the whole park. So, and I got 1.5 done. So I've got 2.5 left to do. I want to get 1,000 stitches on my fairy flower garden. Let's see. I need to get 1 part on Fantastical Greenhouse, 1 part completed on my Dark Queen of the Earth, 1 part on my Birthstone and Flowers. See, I'm not going to get all this done. I won't. It's a lot. But I'm going to start at the top of my list and just go right down the list and try to get as much as I can in. But that's it. Reading. Let's see, how many books did I finish? Okay, so I'm still reading, no, I finished reading The Court in Bristol Keats. I finished it, and I did like it. I gave it a 4. I've started reading The Road of Bones. I listened to my ebooks. A Crown of Blood and Duty. And I've started Hunting Adeline. Then listening, I listened to Butcher and the Blackbird, which I really liked. Savage Fae, which I also really liked, and that's part of the Zodiac Academy. It's an off branch of it. I also listened to Empire of the Vampire. Yeah. I still don't know how I felt about that book. It was a little drawn out, and it was hard because it's like an interview going on, kind of like the interview of the vampire. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm still debating about continuing the series. Then I also listened to Blood and Blooms, which was very short, very rushed, and it could have been so much better if they would have built the story out more. And then I started listening to Crave. So that is 1. I finished 6 books. Yeah. And that is it. That's it. So I hope everyone has a blessed day, and I will see you next week.